Today, I will be showing you 4 really easy activities or things you can do to start enjoying your life more, fall in love with life, and just simply put a smile on your face. This video is split up into 4. The first one is spending time outside in nature, even if it's just your backyard or your front yard. The second one is to spend as much time with yourself as you do with others, if not more. The third one is doing really small things that you absolutely love. The fourth one is learning to cultivate gratitude and some small suggestions. And stick to the end for a bonus example. Let's get into it. So the first one, I can't emphasize enough, nature is so healing. Whether you just start opening your window door and just feeling that really cool breeze, but if you can start going outside, if you don't want to go for a walk, you can literally just go to your front yard or your backyard and just start noticing whatever brings you joy. Personally for me, I love picking fruit. I also really like flowers. Just anytime you're outside, really just enjoy that moment and all the energy that it brings. Just standing outside, even if it's you just parked your car and you haven't entered a building yet, you haven't entered school or work, and taking a moment to just breathe in that fresh air, look at the tree that's right in front of you where you parked, and as you're walking, these are a bunch of clips from my community college. It's a really small community college, and look at how beautiful it is. The thing is, from the outside of my community college, you won't see all of these, but if you try to pay attention, trust me, it'll bring you so much joy. If you don't like school, let's say, but you have these stuff, it'll put a smile on your face. Also, if you are a student or you do work and you're constantly driving, I feel especially where I live in California, the transportation here is driving, can be a bit draining, but what I suggest is as you're driving, be very intentional. And honestly, the clouds here are so beautiful. Literally be looking outside or to the side and just absorb any nature, because even if you're not physically outside hiking or walking, by just looking around, that does so much. And if you can take that further step to actually start walking, if you find yourself for 10 minutes or more just scrolling mindlessly on social media or something, or just finding yourself feeling really down in bed, get up and just go for a walk, literally around your neighborhood, around your block. You'll feel so good because you're releasing so much energy and you're absorbing the oxygen from the trees, because basically we breathe out carbon dioxide and the trees absorb that. So it's literally a reason to be walking. Now for the second thing, to learn to spend time with yourself and enjoy that time. So I'm talking about walking and spending time in nature, try to do that by yourself. It's so nice because you can just reconnect with Mother Nature, the earth itself, and just ground yourself. I used to be someone who I couldn't spend a moment alone, and now I just want to spend time by myself. But it takes time. It takes so much time, and I feel people are oh yeah, spend time by yourself, do stuff alone. It's not super easy at first. But do try, be intentional about it. Keep it in the back of your head, I want to start doing that. And it can be super simple. If you're in high school, let's say, and you just finished class, you can easily go to a coffee shop yourself. You can go get yourself food and just sit with yourself and eat. Those are small, tiny habits, and you feel more confident going by yourself. Honestly, you'll just fall in love with it. The thing is, I know you're such a cool person. There's a reason people want to hang out with you. You know what I mean? So hang out with yourself. I also think that when you're hanging out with yourself, you learn so much about yourself, number one. Not only do you learn so much about yourself, the joy you see in others is literally a reflection of the joy you have within yourself. If you see someone, you're wow, they're so beautiful, it's because you're so beautiful. You know what I mean? Find things that you can do to spend time with yourself. And also, do not be rotting in bed and saying that's spending time with yourself, because when you're rotting in bed, you're not present. Get out of your bed and do an activity just a small activity that brings you joy. Maybe it's cooking, no idea. And also, regards to the first thing I said about spend as much time with yourself as you do with others. If you're spending time with others, make sure those others are only people who are uplifting you and not people who are bringing your energy down. You're over here, right? And you're hanging out with people who are down here. They're only gonna bring you down. People who are very negative, they want to bring you down with them. And if you're trying to grow or heal or just enjoy your day or something like that, don't hang out with people like that. Let's say you tell me, okay, but everyone around me is so their vibes are not it. Okay, the thing is, that's a sign that you should be alone. Do not be hanging out with people whose vibes are so not it. don't do that to yourself. Seriously, it's so much better to be alone. I feel like people, they use this excuse because they are scared and they feel like vulnerable to be alone. It's so much better to be by yourself because first of all, like I said, you're super cool and you're such an amazing person. But also, you're protecting your energy like crazy. I just want to let you know it's okay to cut people off if they're dragging you down. You don't owe them anything. Don't ever feel guilty for cutting a friend off because people just change. Like, think about it. You're constantly changing. Friends you had, like, let's say, think back to first grade. You probably don't have them anymore because they serve their purpose. Even in high school, or even in college, you'll meet so many people in college. You'll quickly realize where their head is at, what they're trying to do with their life, and this sad, honestly. Now let's move on to the third one. This kind of ties in with the second one. Notice like everything kind of ties in together. First one about nature. You can spend time with yourself in nature, right? Okay, now this one is so simple, but will bring you so much joy and happiness, okay? Start doing small things that you absolutely love. And then before you tell me, oh, I don't have any hobbies, I don't do anything, literally think back to when you were a kid. What hobbies did you do? You like Legos? Go buy yourself a set from Target, like those like $5 like Lego cars. I don't know if they're still $5. Really, go buy yourself a Lego. Go buy yourself like a teddy. Like, I went shopping yesterday and I got myself this because I really like cute things. Low-key, like really healing to buy yourself things that maybe you didn't get as a kid. The thing that I love about this stuff the most is unintentionally you're like healing your inner child. Any hobbies you used to have, like whether it's baking, rock climbing, building Legos, and also to say I love my favorite hobby ever. I don't know if this is a hobby, but I love to make myself food, put on like my favorite show ever, and sit on the couch. It's like my rest. That's something for you. Like, do that. Like, I 1000% recommend that because that's spending time with yourself and that's doing something you love and you're enjoying it. Just don't go on a binging spree and neglect your responsibilities. Like, I'm making an emphasis on it's a small thing. I'm very obsessed with music. Like, I love music. So I love making Spotify playlists. I love just listening to music. If you're the same and you haven't made a playlist in like so long, honestly, start making like weekly playlists or like, continue to explore music. Just anything really small, and you have no excuse for this. Like, I won't hear a single excuse. Like, for real, you cannot give me an excuse on not to do this step. You only cook like a really fancy meal for yourself like once a week or once a month. Make time for it. Look at your daily schedule. What do? Also, national holidays are coming up. Hopefully you'll have a break from work. Sports, like calling your friends up to like go play tennis, soccer, something fun like that you used to always do. The coolest thing about this is over the summer I took 2 classes that took up so much of my time and I was working. But when I think about summer, I don't think about any of that workload. I only think about the time I allocated towards drawing and the time lapse I did, and that was super fun. A couple months ago, I started doing oil pastels. I think oil pastels is kind of like crayons. If you're like a professional artist, please don't come for me. I don't mean it like that, but I literally just got it from Amazon. Like, make sure your paper has a little bit of grip, I guess. I started doing this when I got really stressed with school, and I would do it every morning before class, and what can I say? It was really fun. I also had the time lapse so I can like look back at it and I was like, oh, I did that for myself, and I really enjoyed that. Okay, now the 4th one, cultivating gratitude. Honestly, if I tell you, gratitude is so powerful. It has so much power. If you can, morning and night, literally like that Hop in the Whip, he says, I thank God every morning and night, I just hope that I'm doing my deeds. Literally be that song. Like, the thing is, when you wake up, you set your whole day. So that's a good thing because that gives you so much power. Try this, literally try this tomorrow. When you wake up, before I like step out of bed, I'm grateful that I'm up and I get to live another day. I think that's a beautiful, and also like affirmations, stuff like that. That's just before like my feet step out of my bed, because right when you do that, when you leave your bed, your day has started basically. Also do this before you fall asleep. I used to struggle with falling asleep because I'd just be thinking about tomorrow. But do this, right when you're about to fall asleep, close your eyes and tell yourself, my day is over, it's done. Like, your day is done. And after you say that, you can fall asleep to just thanking God, the universe, whatever you believe in. Not only is just being grateful such a positive thing, it also like obviously changes your mindset. It's like, let's say something bad really happened. You can be like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened, blah blah blah, whatever. Instead, you can be like, wait, I'm actually really glad that happened. Like, thank you God, now I know everything in life is a lesson. Like, God doesn't want us, or the universe, whatever, doesn't want us to live a life of misery. You view life like that, it's just so beautiful, because it's like, it's rigged in your favor then. Let's say you study super hard and you got like an F on an exam. Instead of being like, oh my god, I cannot believe I got an F, is my teacher's fault, is my classmates' fault, blah, 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 whatever, studied so hard, blah, blah, blah. No, take your time to reflect. Maybe F is too dramatic. I feel that's very dramatic. The reason why you got an F, you're doing like passive study, where you're just rewriting the notes, but your brain is turned off when you're doing that. You have to do some active studying, whatever. Evaluate your studying skills. God is telling you, like, He made you fail that exam, so it's a wake-up call that for your next exams, you actually study. You don't just study a night before, you study months before. And then the next exam, you got an A. No, I'm just saying. Another thing is whenever you have an anxious thought, it's immediately gone when you fall into gratitude. If your head is just so overwhelmed and constantly anxious, stop yourself and the universe, thank you God for this. Right when you do that, it will literally go away. Like, it's scary. Like, if you say thank you for the beautiful clouds and the beautiful sky, you have to really feel that. For me personally, I like to do a gratitude journal. I don't want to call it a journal. It's just I write every night. The best habit I've ever done. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. I totally recommend it. If you're up for it, it will change your life, I swear. This one I'm currently using. I just got like a bit distracted. But this one was literally like November, and I said thank you God for the very enjoyable One Piece episodes today. I must have really enjoyed that. Fill up the whole page, like write the date. Very nice, especially when you complete one. And then I say completed. How fun is that? I physically write it down because writing for me personally, like, so much more powerful. It's a good like reflection of the day as well. It's better to write it down than like you sit at night not falling asleep because you're thinking about your day. I have like the worst nights ever, I'll still go back and think of like the little things that brought me joy. And a lot of the time I do talk about like nature. I'm like, I love the cool breeze I felt as I was studying. Like, I loved how fluffy the clouds looked. I loved my morning drive. And if, let's say, like my day wasn't the best day, because that happens, it's like, be so for real. You can't, not every day's a good day. Like, get over it. Like, that's just so unrealistic. That's not how life works. Okay, now finally the bonus one is the best thing ever. It's literally Pinterest. Now before you're like, oh, like, isn't Pinterest for like Halloween decorations, whatever, like, no, I'm gonna correct you because I used to think that's what Pinterest was. If you do want to delete your social medias, I recommend downloading Pinterest and only having Pinterest. The thing about Pinterest, personally, I'm always gonna say this, I think it's the best social media because it's so personalized towards you. Basically, there's a bunch of pins. You can look up any aesthetic, any vibes you ever want and just make boards for that. I would rather spend 10 minutes scrolling on Pinterest than on any other like social media. Like, Pinterest allows you to visualize. Use Pinterest to help visualize only positivity and the life you want. Like, so powerful to also have like photos, because the thing is, you can be like, yeah, I want to level up my life, but it's also difficult if you don't see that content as well. We have social media whether we like it or not. Even if you try to like go hermit, we have social media, so use it to your advantage. I'm just gonna use school as an example. When you're sitting not wanting to do anything, you do need that like quick kick of motivation. And when I tell you Pinterest has those pins, it's so nice to just go back and look at it because you remind yourself like that's what I want. Okay, so that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys give these a try. Literally just whenever you can. If you can't, just keep these in the back of your head. Obviously take everything with a grain of salt. Only do the stuff that you think personally really appeals to you. But if you do go ahead and try these, please let me know if they work and tell me what changes you did, like what actually fit in with your style. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.